Hello?
You're listening to the only podcast that admits they might know what they are talking about.
Hello?
This is We Might Know Sports
I hope everyone has a ball.
with Stefan,
Go with a topic Corey might like. I don't even know.
Kevin,
You might like it, Corey. He just doesn't know.
and Corey.
Sounds like something a guy in a van would tell me.
But a major championship will. This for the U.S. Open. Koepka, a major champion.
So it is my
Does anyone really know who Koepka really is? That is my question to you guys as we start this wonderful episode number 23 of We Might Know Sports. I am your host, as always, Kevin, joined as always by my lovely two co-hosts, Stefan and Corey.
What's going on, Kevin?
Hold on.
Oh, same old, same old. How was everyone's U.S. Open weekend? I know mine was fabulous because I have at least one beer to look forward to. Cheers.
You have two beers to look forward to.
No, just one, Stefan. You can.
No, I don't think so. You got over that easy. As a matter of fact, talk about beer. I'll drink my victory beer I got from one Mr. Corey Vanderveer. Thank you very much.
Apparently, I'm not very good at gambling.
At least not gambling beers.
Need to stay away.
Got a little
All right.
huckleberry.
So we've got quite the lineup today. We can finally stop talking about the NBA playoffs after this episode. I'm excited. I don't know about you guys. We also have some draft. I guess we still are talking about the stupid NBA. And then NASCAR. Corey's going to fill us in what happened in Michigan, and we're going to make our Sonoma picks. I hope Stefan's ready for that.
Dude, I'm already
When
all on it. I'm all over it.
I don't even know if he's got his top 5 ready for us, so we'll see on that.
We will see.
I think he forgot about it. His own segment, you know.
Yeah.
But we're going to start off with a quick recap of what happened in the U.S. Open. I already forgot how to say his last name.
Koepka. No, Koepka.
Koepka.
The O is silent. I heard it. I heard them talking his name.
Well, his win marks the 7th straight major and 10 of the last 13 U.S. Opens that have been won by a first-time major winner. Are we going to ever see a repeat? Like a Phil Mickelson who had to withdraw because of his daughter's graduation, and Tiger Woods. Are we going to ever see a golfer like that again?
You mean somebody just kind of like dominate? Is that what you're saying?
Or at least able to win again.
Right. They always, for a while there, everybody was talking about Rory McIlroy being the next Tiger, and then what has he really done? I feel like he's ranked pretty high, but as far as majors goes, I don't feel like he's really winning a lot of majors.
Jordan Spieth has won a couple, and he had that one year where he was just on a tear, winning everything.
Yeah, it's for when he came onto the scene there, everybody was talking about him, and then he's kind of, as far as majors goes, I mean, he hasn't really done a whole lot since he got hot there for a little bit. It seems to be a lot of new winners coming in, just random people just winning.
Not Charlie Sheen winning, but just winning.
No, it could be Charlie Sheen winning.
They all have Tiger's blood in them.
They might be a little coked up. Who knows?
The next one is the British Open. Didn't really think about looking that up, so I don't have the date of when that's going to be happening right off the top of my head. So I will.
You can actually just call that the Open.
The Open, yeah.
The Open.
It's officially time to start thinking about it, according to the Golf Digest. That's what I've gotten so far, looking this quickly up. July 20th to the 23rd, Southport, England, Royal Birkdale Golf Club. So it's going to be at the end of July, which seems to be a pretty busy show. Already thinking about it for us that week. So a lot to look forward to in the future. Maybe you guys can have a chance at winning your beers back. I don't know.
Have a chance. I think it's set in stone. I'm winning my beer back.
Oh,
Guaranteed.
So for those of you that didn't watch day one coverage live on our Facebook page, Stefan and I were discussing, and Stefan felt disappointed that he didn't go with his gut and pick Ricky Fowler.
Very disappointed in that.
Is that who you're going with in the British Open? Should I just pen you in now?
No. Because I got to see what the course is. I don't even know what course they're playing on.
I just told you. Royal Birkdale Golf Club.
I don't listen to you though whenever you talk. That's the problem.
That's nice.
It's one of the main problems we have here with this podcast.
What, you're not listening? Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
All right, and let's get this done and over with. Because I'm tired of talking about it. It's been 2 months that we've been talking about NBA playoffs, or
Wait. I wanted to. Did you go back to golf for a second?
all right. Well,
did you see the whole thing with Joe Buck announcing at the end when Koepka won? He was talking about Koepka's girlfriend that came out to congratulate him and stuff, and apparently he called Koepka's girlfriend by his ex-girlfriend's name. So that was a bit awkward. And then one of the other announcers was like, yeah, actually this is his new girlfriend. So Joe Buck was just like, oh, oops.
way to go, Joe.
So I figured you'd like that. You're a big fan of Joe Buck. I know you are.
Oh yeah. I mean, that was just such a legendary ending to the U.S. Open. That little clip we played at the beginning just, makes you remember. It's kind of like, do you believe in miracles type broadcasting right there for you.
You believe in miracles. That's all I had for golf.
Top fives. All right. So, can I now finish talking about the NBA Finals?
Yeah, we can go on to the NBA Finals now. I got plenty to talk about there.
So, Game 7. Game 5, right?
Yep.
5-game series.
I mean, we all wish it went. We all wish it went 7, but
No, we don't.
I predicted 5, by the way.
Yeah, Corey was right. Ended
Too bad.
strong.
too
Struggled
bad
in
you
the middle. Kind of did a little dip and then came back up and correctly.
No, I bet on the Stanley Cup and the NBA Finals correctly, but I didn't bet beer on it. So
no, it's
Yeah.
too bad. Maybe
So,
next time.
You guys want to tell me what happened because I didn't really pay attention.
Oh, surprise! Kevin didn't pay attention to NBA.
All I can tell you is Golden State won 129 to 120 in an exciting Game 5.
Yeah, I mean it was a good game. LeBron showed up like he did all series. Kyrie showed up. Kevin Love did not show up.
like he did all series.
JR showed up like he did the last 3 games or so.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously everybody on Golden State showed up. So it was a good game 5, I thought. They just had too much firepower. As I don't know who can take them out. If they keep that team together at this point, I don't see too many teams being able to compete with them. I know a lot of people will talk about how the Spurs were up 25 points on them, blah, 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 till Kawhi Leonard got injured. But, I mean, I feel like Golden State would have figured – it's not like they would have just gotten blown out of that series. They would have figured something out to make some changes. So it'll be interesting. I mean, there's a lot of teams already looking to make moves right now. So we'll see what can happen.
Are teams building for right now, or are they building for 4 years down the road when Golden State will be blown apart?
I think you've got some teams that are building for right now, some teams that feel like they have a chance against them.
You mentioned the Spurs. The rumor is Chris Paul may sign there. Do you think that makes them better?
Yeah, I mean, I heard that rumor. I haven't heard much more about it. I feel like it's kind of died off, but obviously free agency, because he is a free agent, right?
Correct. I think the Clippers are going to blow up their team in general and start over.
So I did some research for this segment, and I do have the odds as of 2:30 this afternoon Pacific time, which was about 40 minutes ago. If you guys are interested in hearing the top 5 teams.
Oh, would love to.
So obviously, number 1, Golden State at 1-2 favorites. So obviously, clearly the favorites.
Obviously.
The Cavs are 3-1 favorites. San Antonio 12-1. Boston Celtics at 15-1, coming in at number 4. And then there's a 3-way tie for 5 at 30-1 with Washington Wizards, LA Clippers, and Houston Rockets. Now, I mentioned the time because a lot's been going on already in the NBA. Do you guys want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so there's rumors of the Cavs making a push here for first it was Paul George. Now they're looking at grabbing Jimmy Butler. Paul George has already said that he will become a free agent, so I'm sure the Pacers are definitely looking to move him at this point. The only problem with that is that he has said that he wants to play for the Lakers, which I don't really understand why he wants to play for them, which I don't see them as a contender. So why would you go from a team that's not really a contender to a team that's not really a contender? But so I feel like that's going to deter a lot of teams, because if you go and invest a lot into trading for Paul George and then he turns around and decides not to re-sign with you guys after this next season, and he decides to go sign with the Lakers anyways, now you've just missed out on all that. I mean, the only chance you have is persuading him during the season that, this is something that you could win a championship with. So I could see him going to a team possibly that getting traded to a team that thinks that they can win now. And then they're just banking on hopefully talking him into staying. But if he doesn't, then at least they could make a run at it for 1 year. The whole Jimmy Butler thing's been going on for a while, so we'll see how that turns out. I know the Celtics have been in talks about trying to get Jimmy Butler for a while.
Think they could get Jimmy Butler for that number 3 pick?
I mean, even if it could be, next year's pick they've got so many picks. Like, I feel like even if it wasn't this number 3 pick, or maybe they draft whoever this is, and then take that guy and trade him. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what happens.
I think the draft could involve a lot of trades this year.
Yeah, it's kind of looking that way. I'm not even 100% sure that the Celtics are gonna end up even picking at 3 because, like you said, I mean, they could end up trading.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think the Cavs, and more in particularly LeBron, can do to win next year? Like, when does it click that obviously Love didn't work this year, but he worked last year? Or was he hurt? Wasn't he hurt last year?
No, last year he was healthy. The year before that, 3 years ago, he was hurt.
Is Love past his prime, or does LeBron just need to take it to that 10th degree?
Love is in his late 20s, so I don't think he's past his prime. I think it's more of he doesn't really fit what they're trying to do. They seem to be a team that's trying to slow it down and work on the inside, and then they have a stretch 4 in Kevin Love that's shooting 3-pointers. So I don't really know how he fits in. I think they should have never traded Andrew Wiggins for Kevin Love, and they would have been in a better spot than they are.
Kevin Love, yeah, he's hard because like he has some games where he plays phenomenal, and then he has other games where he's like he's not even there. I think their bigger problem is finding a better backup point guard because Darren Williams was absolutely a bust as far as having a backup point guard. Me and Corey were laughing about Game 5 when one of the announcers was talking about how Darren Williams was playing very well, and then like the very next play he's turning the ball over, and he was just absolutely horrendous, I felt like. So I think that's a big need that they need to fulfill, and I think that they honestly need somebody more consistent than J.R. Smith. I don't. He's a hit or miss player. When he gets hot, he can shoot lights out as we saw, but when he's not hot, I mean, you don't even want him out on the court. So
he pissed off all the Vegas odd makers with that Game 5. Did you hear about that?
no,
The spread was set at 9.5 with 3 seconds left. J.R. Smith hoists up a meaningless 3 and drains it to make the game a 9-pointer. 9-point difference, ruining all odds.
I love when stuff like that happens. That's hilarious.
Bankrupts Vegas for a day.
Yeah. And then I don't know if is Bogut even still on the team or how.
Yeah. Yes, Andrew Bogut is on the team, and a lot of people think when he returns healthy, that changes Cleveland quite a bit.
Right. So I mean that's something that
just a few years ago, I mean, he did win a championship with Golden State. So
right. He's a good player. I mean, even if they have what's his face in there, I can't even think of who they have as their center right now.
Tristan.
Okay.
They have Tristan Thompson, and then when he sits, they kind of switch to a stretch center with Channing Frye.
Right. So yeah, I mean, they obviously the league has gone away from true big men. You don't really see a lot of good true big men being productive anymore. So I feel like I don't know. It's so hard to like figure out what I feel like they're definitely looking to add something. And obviously they are. Actually, there's all these rumors popping up about them going after superstars right now. So obviously they feel like they needed since Golden State reloaded with Kevin Durant last season, now they want to reload with some other superstar. So I don't know how these teams make these salaries work out and all these. I have no idea where all the money comes from for these players, but
These new TV deals, apparently.
it's
Deals. Don't forget about those jersey patches showing up next year.
It's outrageous. But I just saw something not too long ago today. Apparently, Iguodala is going to pursue free agency. So it looks like the Warriors core there is already kind of breaking up. I mean, I know he's just a bench player, but I feel like he's a pretty big part of that team.
Maybe bye-bye J.R. Smith. Hello, Andre Iguodala.
Maybe. I don't know if it sounds like he's going for money at this point because it sounds like he's going to get, they said, possibly like $20 million a year.
Which is
So,
insane for a role player.
yeah, exactly. So
Bye-bye, Iguodala. Hello, Carmelo Anthony.
that's a possibility. If
he wants that ring.
I think that's a very real possibility.
But you think Carmelo Anthony to the Warriors is very real?
No, he was. I thought he was saying. Is that what you said, Iguodala? And then
I said bye-bye Iguodala. Hello, Carmelo Anthony.
I'm so used to talking with Corey about Carmelo going to the Cavs that I figured that's what you were talking about. No, I think he might go to the Cavs. He would not fit in with the Warriors at all. The way that they play, no, he doesn't fit into that system.
I'm not sold on Carmelo Anthony. I know we talk about it going to the Cavs, but I do think you'll see Dwayne Wade in a Cavaliers jersey next year.
You want to bet on that?
A beer.
Okay,
Why not?
I'll bet a beer.
One or a six-pack?
Just a one.
Just one.
We'll stick with the ones for right now. We'll add up to a six-pack. Once you get up to a six-pack, then the
Once you
person
earn a
buys.
six-pack, you can cash in.
So Kevin's already two beers into a six-pack. Well, I don't know how that works. If it's one beer for me, you can get like a make your own six-pack or something.
Mm-hmm.
Or you
We'll
guys
figure it out.
buy it at the bar or something.
Yeah, could do that. We'll figure it out. There's always ways. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot of interesting stuff going on in the NBA right now, and it hasn't even. We haven't even hit the draft yet. We haven't even the free agency doesn't start till July 1st. So
Since Stefan didn't really pick up on my segue to this, did you guys see what happened to LeBron James going full baldness?
I didn't pick up on that at all. Yeah,
going for a makeover. Apparently, I mean, do you think he just decided to get rid of his hair plugs, or just decided to embrace the baldness?
I'm thinking that
Plugs.
he's been getting the hair plugs for a while now. I feel like because every year he's like gets more and more hair somehow. I don't understand how. But
James.
hold on, let me pull up. I don't know if this is him just the NBA Finals and the stress of it just causing him to decide to just go bald or what.
Is this him going full Britney Spears?
But here you go. I got the picture pulled up if you want to check it out. That's him in Game 5, and then now he's just. I mean, you can still see some hair, but it looks like he's just
where he was already bald.
Yeah, exactly. So he definitely. I think it's time for him to just embrace it. Just embrace the bald. It's gonna happen eventually, anyways. There's no way to stop. I mean, you can keep getting hair plugs, I guess. I don't know. I feel like when I get to, I'm already closing in on that point myself. I mean, I'm getting awful thin in the front part there, huh?
You getting hair plugs?
No, I'm not getting hair plugs. Eventually I'm just gonna have to just bick it and just take it all off. So that's
Beard and Bic?
Yeah, just go with the beard and the bick. I think honestly, like I like that look better with the he's got like a thick beard and then just nothing on top. Like that's my kind of look. I'm a bigger fan of that. I think it draws more attention to the beard. Let your beard stand out a little more.
You're more aerodynamic.
That too. Maybe that's what he's doing. He's trying to.
I think he's just trying to look like the greatest player to ever live.
So he's trying to look like Michael Jordan. Is that our Michael Jordan segue?
Yes, I had to throw him in there.
Damn it.
I was gonna throw him in with it being episode 23, the Jordan episode.
Yep, episode 23. Yeah, next week it's gonna have to be all Jordan everything.
Stefan, this is episode 23.
Oh,
Don't you remember before the podcast me mentioning we've actually done this for a whole half year?
what is? I don't know how. What am I supposed to like do math in my head when you say?
Stefan doesn't know how many weeks are in a year, Kevin. Come on.
don't. I absolutely don't.
I know. Barely got Google Hangouts under control because you still got LeBron James for your show.
Yeah. No, because I want everybody to check this out a little bit longer.
Embrace the bald.
Embrace the bald. This will be me soon.
Iverson never embraced the bald.
Allen Iverson didn't need to embrace the bald.
I think he just needed a haircut.
That's possible. All right, I took down the picture, so you happy?
Yeah, we can see you now. See your lovely, lovely, beautiful beard.
Beautiful. So I don't know if you guys saw this. There was a little bit of LeBron versus Draymond Twitter war going on. Did you see any of that, Kevin?
No.
No? I know I was telling Corey about it a little bit. So apparently Draymond had wore a because the Cavs
Starting to remember, you got to rewind to last year first with LeBron.
Oh yeah, well, so what did he do last? He wore, what did he wear?
Ultimate Warrior shirt.
Oh, yeah.
He also posted the
That 3-1 tombstone cookies or something. What were you saying?
didn't he also have like the hat of Kermit the Frog sipping the tea or whatever meme? You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. I don't remember that specific for that LeBron did that. I know he had like a Halloween party or something, and there was like some like 3-1 tombstones or something. I don't know. So Draymond, took a little shot back at LeBron and wore his shirt that he designed, where it had the Q as what the Cavs arena is called, and it said Quickie. Said Quickie with the NBA Finals trophy next to it. So then LeBron took a shot at him by saying, "Oh, that's what she said, huh?" And then
The
Draymond,
old "that's what she said" jokes.
that's
Like LeBron comeback.
you know who the originator of "that's what she said" is? Does anybody know?
Steve Carell.
Yeah, Michael Scott. Actually, I'd like you to refer to him as his character.
Oh,
Thank you. Thank you very much. But yeah, so then LeBron or Draymond fired back, and I don't remember exactly what he said. Oh, he made a joke about that video of LeBron going bald, and then he also said, yeah, when they were doing their celebration, he was talking about how people are talking about super team this, super team that, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, "You started the super teams, bro," like referring to LeBron, obviously. And then I know Corey has some differing opinions on that. But where was I going with that? Oh, then Ron just said like that he found it pretty funny that when they're supposed to be celebrating their championship, he has LeBron on his mind. So
Stefan, I just did some fact checking on you. Steve Carell is not the originator of That's What She Said.
yes, he is. I don't care what you say. If he's not the originator, he's the best at it.
The earliest documented American case is 1975 episode of Saturday Night Live, in which Chevy Chase used the joke during the Weekend Update.
That sounds like bullshit to me. Does this sound Wikipedia? Because if it is, it's not true.
Now, if you really want to look back, it goes back to a British phrase more than a century ago.
Oh,
Some non-sports fact check for you.
well, guess what? It's Steve Carell's, Michael Scott's famous phrase. That's all that
Members in
matters.
the office don't care. Moving.
So, Stefan, did you think LeBron is the originator of the super team?
I do not think he is, and but it depends on how you define super team.
A group of superstars coming together, 3 or more.
3 or more. See, that's okay. All right, so that's where I needed you to define it. Is how many superstars you had to have.
And coming together, not just being drafted and being on the same team. That's not
Right.
forming one. That just happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that. Yeah.
Like someone that we may have mentioned earlier. Others, someone else.
I think at least this era, I've seen some other reports of I saw like the whole when Kobe ended up getting what he got, like Gary Payton and Karl Malone, and they had Shaq still, I think.
That's the first one I remember. Other than that is Charles Barkley, Clyde Drexler, and Akeem Olajuwon all on the Rockets.
But yeah, that was before the Lakers, right?
Yeah, it was, but they were kind of past their prime. I don't know if you can call that a superstars at that point. I don't know if they were that great. Charles and Clyde were a little bit. All 3 of them were older.
I feel like the Karl Malone, Gary Payton thing they were past their prime too.
Yeah.
They were just chasing rings at that point. And I would, in my opinion, I think when the Celtics, KG, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen all joined up, I feel like that was the beginning of this era of super teams. And then LeBron that's when LeBron, because that's pretty much when he went down to Miami, or was he already in Miami at that point? He went after that.
Yeah.
So then that's when LeBron started doing his thing.
And that's when it was like the originator of the young super team, because the other guys were at least in their 30s. LeBron joined up with other 20-year-olds.
Right. So I don't think that LeBron is the originator. I would go with the Celtics and when they did their whole Big Three as being the originator of it.
I'll have that shirt on a podcast when we discuss that.
Should have had it for this episode.
This one I got a draft shirt on, and I will show you guys.
Oh, you finally got it?
That's why I made the Allen Iverson comment. I saw Allen Iverson.
I didn't even notice it. I remember you telling me about it.
It's the 1996 draft. These 5 players, Allen Iverson, Steph Marbury, Ray Allen, Kobe Bryant, and Steve Nash were all taken in the top 15 picks. It's widely considered the greatest draft ever.
At least you did your research before the podcast. Because what did you originally think it was, Corey?
Oh, I thought at first it was the first 5, and I was like, wow, what a draft.
Like, wow, everybody landed those picks right on target.
Wow.
There wasn't a single bust in the top 5.
Wow. I was like, wow.
Because that ever happens.
I think the only other drafts you can argue is 1985 or 2003 as being the other best drafts.
Right.
1985, keeping the theme going, Michael Jordan, who was not taken number 1, not taken number 2, but was taken number 3. Behind Akeem Olajuwon and Sam Bowie, for those who don't know.
And
Two
how
solid players. Well, Sam Bowie died, didn't he?
I don't know, but Akeem Olajuwon was legit.
I'm pretty sure Sam Bowie died, like early in his career.
Hakeem brought 2 to the Rockets, so I mean,
Correct. Yeah. That wasn't that. I mean, that
I think Sam Bowie was actually like a really good player. And
he was the bust on Portland. He's like began the bust.
Oh, was he the? Okay.
Yeah, he began the history, the bust history for Portland Trailblazers.
I'm thinking of somebody else that died like wicked young in their career.
Greg Oden.
Pretty sure he's still alive.
He pretty much died.
He might as well be dead. But
Greg
RIP.
Oden and Brandon Roy continued the bust treatment for Portland.
I guess we can at least say RIP Greg Oden's career.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, talking about the NBA draft and its busts, let's move on to the NBA draft itself coming up, this Thursday?
This Thursday. I don't know what time it starts. Probably like 8-ish, I'm guessing.
I
didn't look it up. I'm going to watch it.
Just to make sure your picks are right. So, we're going to predict the top 3 because... Actually, top 5, excuse me. I have 5.
I did 5.
I did 5.
Okay, good.
Right, so we're doing
I think neither of you really answered, so I just went with 5.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be Allen Iverson, Steph Marbury, Ray Allen, Kobe, and Steve Nash.
Or the equivalent of them.
Yeah, the equivalent.
So, as the NBA draft stands right now, it is the exact same top 4 as last year, where it's the Sixers, Lakers, Celtics, and Suns, thanks to a trade that just went through today with the Celtics and Sixers trading some picks. Sixers gave up their first round plus a potential 2018 pick, and if that falls through, because it's from the Lakers, it's going to be 2019 from Sacramento. I think I got lost following the trade picks, and then basically the Sixers get the number 1 draft pick, where many believe, including myself, Markelle Fultz from Washington, a freshman point guard, will be selected number 1 to complete the process. Maybe.
A freshman point guard who led his team to 9 wins last year.
That won't be playing point guard on the 76ers.
He's been tweeted out some pictures of him and Embiid, excuse me. However you...
No, you said it right,
Embiid? Okay.
Yeah. You have the worst problem with pronouncing names.
Which is funny because my last name's not that easy either, and that's why I don't get mad about people mispronouncing my last name.
At least you have an easy first name. I get my first name pronounced wrong all the time.
Stefan?
I get Stefan, Steven. I get actual people call me Steven that really think it is, and I get other people that call me Steven because they think it's funny or something. Yeah, I'm talking about your wife.
But enough about you and me.
Back to your draft board.
Sorry, had to go on a little rant there.
Hello, best of. So the top 5 I'm going to pick is pretty much straight off of NBADraft.net because I don't know what the teams need. So this is what the NBADraft.net's going to pick.
But Kevin, you watch a lot of college basketball. Don't you have like in your mind of a top, who cares what the needs are? Don't you have your opinion of who the 5 best players are?
Well, I mean, it's the starting 5 for Syracuse. So come on.
Never mind. Go to your board.
How about we do it this way? We'll all say our first pick. Well, I'm pretty sure it's going to be unanimous for that one. Then we'll just do all our second pick, all our third pick, all our fourth. Does that sound good? Or do you want to do your 5 and then I'll do mine? Or how do you want to do it?
So as of right now, the Sixers have the number 1 pick, and I already said who I'm giving out. So who do you guys think? Do you
I'm-
it's going to be any different, or do you think it's going to be the same?
I think the only reason you trade up for that
Hold on,
pick.
One more thing. Also on the line is another beer on the beer counter. So this could either be a positive for me, a draw, or a negative for me, and some positives for you. Are we gonna do a beer per pick, or is it gonna be a beer for the top 5 overall, like percentage wise? I say beer per pick. Why not?
Why not? Get the counters
Sure.
going.
Sure.
Going.
Wait, so we're gonna do all top 5 for the bet?
Yep.
All right. Done with that.
1 beer per pick.
Okay.
Unless, of course, it's unanimous, then it's a draw. So
I think we're going to be unanimous with the number 1 pick.
Yeah. I'm definitely with Fultz. I think that's the only reason you trade up to the number 1 pick is because you wanted him.
I agree.
I don't think the Celtics ever actually planned on drafting him, but I think they worked it into a nice little deal for themselves by getting some extra picks.
who would they have gone after Ball?
I don't think so. They're too guard heavy right now.
And what about the Lakers? Would they have gone after Fultz?
If he was still there,
If he was still there, rumor was he was higher on their board, yes.
I think that he would have probably gone there. So yeah, we'll go unanimous Fultz.
Well, Corey didn't give his pick, but
He did.
I'm going with unanimous Fultz.
I heard him say it.
I wanted it in right. All right, so number 2 is the Lakers as of right now. Do we think there's going to be a trade, or do you think it's going to be Lakers?
I think it's so hard to predict trades because really I have no idea. I have heard rumors that Lakers might trade, but I don't think they really will. I think they'll stay. I think they'll pick.
Corey?
I think they're going to pick, and I think they're going to take Lonzo Ball. I think Magic Johnson is looking for someone to bring that Showtime Lakers back. Lonzo's probably the flashiest as far as creative passer and creative dribbler. He's got all the pizzazz that Magic's looking for to put butts in the seats. So I think they take Lonzo Ball at number 2.
You want to go?
What do you
Kevin?
guys think?
Kevin, what do you think?
I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I'm not gonna go with Ball. I think that I'm gonna buy into the fact that he had a bad workout with them. I didn't hear much about his supposed second workout. Was there any more about that, Corey? Did you hear anything about that?
No, there wasn't any more of that. Just a quick thing. I will say that Chad Ford has recently reported that in the last 48 hours, the Lakers have shown extreme interest in Lonzo Ball and are closer to selecting him. More than ever, he is the heavy favorite to play for his hometown team, but there's rumor that they are in talks with the Pacers about dealing for Paul George.
Well, this is just for draft, so rid of it, whatever.
So it doesn't matter who's there.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Who's picking. If it ends up being the Pacers picking at number 2 because they traded it away before then,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. This is the order that they're going in.
Well, if the Pacers trade for Ball from the Lakers, it's essentially the Lakers trading Ball.
No, right. I'm saying, but if the Lakers selected him and then they traded afterwards, I'm talking about if the Lakers trade away their pick before they even get to
Right. We're saying
the draft.
who is taken with the second pick. It doesn't
Right.
matter who's drafting. Right.
So yeah, I'm gonna go on a limb here. I'm gonna say Dennis Smith, number 2 pick.
I'm going with Corey with Lonzo Ball.
I'm gonna try to steal a beer on the number 2 pick. Either that or I really fucked up.
Corey,
More likely I fucked
you're
up.
thirsty. I hope you're thirsty, Corey.
I think I'm gonna get the number 3 pick right though, so I'm okay. I'm gonna go last on number 3 pick.
All right.
I'll go first. I'm going out on a limb with that one.
So I can sneeze.
I think Boston is going to surprise some people and take Jason Tatum
Damn you, motherfucker.
because they need a scorer bad. And Jason Tatum is the most proven shooter, scorer. And everyone compares him to Paul Pierce, which, if anybody didn't know, he played for the Celtics. So
Yep.
I just think that pick makes sense. Jason Tatum is actually number 1 on my draft board, my personal board. I think he's the best prospect in this draft.
You know that he's not the most proven. What'd you say? Most proven shooter, scorer. What'd you say?
He's the overall scorer shooter in the draft. I think he's the best scorer.
Josh Jackson had a better shooting percentage than him last year.
Josh Jackson made a lot of dunks.
Still a better shooting percentage. You don't think Jason Tatum had a lot of dunks?
Not like Josh Jackson.
I went with Tatum also, so Corey fucked up that one for me. I thought I was gonna be the only one taking Tatum.
Well, I'm going Josh Jackson because he's like a Jimmy Butler and some other nonsense I read about him. Number 4, Phoenix. I think he's picking. I believe Phoenix is picking De'Aaron Fox out of Kentucky. I just like the name De'Aaron.
He's a solid player. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes high.
Once again, another freshman.
I'm going to say the Suns take Josh Jackson with him staring them in the face. They already have 2 point guards in Eric Bledsoe, Brandon Knight. They have 2 longer guys that they picked in Dragon Bender and Marquise Chris. So a 3 makes sense for them. I think Josh Jackson will go there.
Me and Corey apparently copied each other's, except for the number 2 pick. We probably just switched number 2 and 5. I'm betting.
I'm hoping this works out for my advantage.
So I went Josh Jackson also, obviously.
All right, number 5, Sacramento. I picked Jason Tatum because he's still on the board, and he's probably the best in the NBA draft. Just because he went to Duke, who
You love Duke.
usually they don't lose players though to the NBA draft this early. Once again, another freshman.
I went with Mr. Alonzo Ball, dropping number 5.
Wow. I forgot you didn't pick him number 2. Wow.
I didn't.
$500 shoes are going to make him better on the court.
I think I almost feel like a lot of teams are gonna look away from him just because of fucking LeVar. Like he is just I feel like he's just a publicist nightmare. Like it's just not going to be good.
You think something like Colin Kaepernick's type situation? Not exactly. I know.
I don't think they're going to avoid him completely. Somebody's going to take a chance, and just basically they're just going to tell him to tell your dad to shut the fuck up.
Well, I think that's why his commercial helped his case. I thought it showed it was his own person.
Right.
For the Foot Locker commercial.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's posted to our We Might Know Sports Facebook page, by the way, for those of you who want to check it out.
Facebook.
Watching on Facebook.
Yeah, go check it out. Leave our live podcast. Go check it out.
Go look down below.
Who are you going with, Corey?
I think the Kings are going to take De'Aaron Fox.
Ooh. You were so high on Dennis Smith.
I think he's going to fall, and I'm praying he falls to the Timberwolves.
All right, so we all picked freshmen for our top 5. Is this a trend that's going to continue? Do you think the NBA should get rid of their one and done policy, basically, as I'm going to call it? Or do you think we should continue on with this? Do you think it's helping or hurting the NBA?
I think that they should either get rid of it or make them stay 2 years, because the way they have it now is like the kids only have to go to school for like half the year. And then in the second half of the year, they don't even have to really even go to school anymore, because by the time if they end up failing a class and they know they're going to the NBA draft, it don't matter anyways. So what's the point of making them stay 1 year? If you're going to make them stay 1 year, you might as well make them stay 2 years. That way they're at least having to go to school and go to their classes and do whatever. That's my opinion anyway.
I think you got to make them stay too. I don't think it matters. I don't think it's affecting the NBA game. I think it's affecting college basketball. And more importantly, it's affecting scholarships. It's taking away a scholarship from a kid who really needs the education and could stay a few years.
Right.
So I say do away with the one and done. Make it 2 like the college football.
I mean, they are earning a degree, but that's a whole nother debate that we'll get into another podcast.
We got all summer to talk about that stuff.
So any picks we should look out for? Anything in particular? I know Tyler Lydon's got a lot on his shoulders. Every Syracuse fan's crossing their fingers to hope he continues the first round draft streak Syracuse has got going on.
I say look out for one former Gonzaga Bulldog, Mr. Big Man Zach Collins. I saw on one of the projections they had him going number 13, which I think he could possibly even crack the top 10. So we'll see where he ends up.
Chad Ford's new board has him going 10th to the Kings. My person to look out for would be Jonathan Isaac. He could mess up all of our drafts because he decided not to try out for anybody below the top 4 picks, which is interesting because normally you wouldn't do that unless you were guaranteed to get drafted in the top 4. So I would look out for him. Rumor is he could be on the Suns. We'll see.
I saw something that said that they wouldn't be surprised if the Celtics threw everybody off and took him.
Yeah, I guess a lot of GMs think he has the most upside of any player in the draft.
Apparently, Danny Ainge said that whoever they were planning on taking at 1, they think is going to be there at 3 anyways. So that's why I don't think they ever planned on taking Fultz.
I don't either. That's why I don't think they plan on taking Josh Jackson either. I think Tatum is who they're going for.
We'll see.
All right. Well, we shall see. Corey, you are our NASCAR expert. They were in Michigan this past weekend. Did you catch the race? Do you have any descriptions for us? Or
I can give you descriptions of a very dull race. There was not much movement as far as drivers 1st through 10. It's a faster track, but there weren't many crashes. It was a close race at the end between Kyle Larson and Chase Elliott, and Kyle Larson taking home the win. He has proven to have the fastest car all year, and these kind of tracks have been beneficial to him. So he's just further adding on to his points lead in the standings in NASCAR. But next week is interesting because we move on to Sonoma, which is the first road course.
Sonoma.
Sonoma.
I did a little research for this race. I typed in top 10 road race drivers. So I'm hoping my research comes into fruition. But before we get into Sonoma talk, let's take a look at the top 10.
You know what? I was
Not the top 10, sorry. Wrong. The updated leaderboard. So, unfortunately, Corey, you did not win this week. The streak is over at 3. And unfortunately for Stefan and I, it was a tie at 28 between Kurt Busch and Kevin Harvick. I pulled within 3 of you, Corey, and Stefan creeped up to 340, excuse me. So I didn't know how to score this exactly. I gave us both the win, Stefan. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So going into Sonoma, I'll let Stefan have the first pick because I know my pick. He's picked both. So I'll let Stefan and Corey go first just to be gentlemanly.
Go ahead, Stefan. Who do you got?
Well, I want to give a little story I went to go look at the standings of how the race results from Michigan, and I saw Kyle Busch got like 47 points, and I was like, yes. It's like I did really good. And then I went back to this spreadsheet, and I realized I took Kurt Busch, and I was not as excited about my 28 points. But on that note, I will rebound with a phenomenal week this week with a one Mr. Truex Jr.
All right,
Go
Corey.
ahead. Lock it in. It's probably going to be a solid 50-plus points.
I am going to go out on a limb and take a rookie. I'm going to take Daniel Suarez.
What?
He is driving Carl Edwards' old car and racing with his team. Carl Edwards' team always placed well at road courses, so I'm hoping the rookie can do the same.
How do you spell that?
Suarez.
Junior?
Yeah, there's an A in between the U and the R.
All right. And I am going to pick Bauer. Is that how you say his name?
Boyer. Yep, Clint Boyer.
Clint Boyer.
He said Bauer, and you go, yup, Boyer.
That's because it's close enough.
How is that close enough? That sounds nothing like what you said.
Thanks,
For
Corey.
him,
Yeah.
he had a silent Y. For you, you had a silent W. They
It's
don't
not like
sound
it
the
was
same.
like it's not like
They
it
don't
was
sound
like
the same.
it's not like he was like it's Clint Bowser or anything. He at least had the right letters in there.
Boy.
Okay, but he had the wrong silent letters. Is the problem. Sorry, I won't give you credit like he does. I'm sorry. I won't do it. Will not allow it.
It's not fair. All right. So there you have it. There's our picks. And how many more races? We're down to like 12 or 11 now
11, yep.
till the final 12,
So the final 10.
10, excuse me. So slowly winding our way down the NASCAR list.
It's getting interesting. They're actually all kind of close to each other.
I mean, I'm running out of people to pick that I actually know, so
That's why I'm moving on to rookies and stuff right now.
did you guys catch the news this past week, I should say?
The London bombing, I caught it.
Too soon. Something finally got announced. Did you see Jermaine Randame got her title stripped?
No.
And Chris Cyborg will be fighting Megan, however the hell you say her first name, Anderson for the featherweight title in UFC 214. I know you guys were really interested in that fight, so
I want to see Holly Holm now versus Cyborg after her vicious KO.
So yeah, that was kind of interesting as well. Did you see that fight?
I did.
This past weekend, Holly Holm defeated, I believe it was in the third round by a kick to the head and a couple punches afterwards because the opponent was taunting. So for those of you watching at home in the MMA world, never taunt. It never works out for you. I mean, ask Anderson Silva. Eventually it catches up to you. Stefan, did you catch any of that fight?
No, I didn't. I know that she won.
She looked
That's
like
all.
she wanted to like keep punching her, like if the ref hadn't stopped.
It was very uneventful fight, and I think that's why her opponent, I can't pronounce her name, tried to like issue some exchanges, and when she taunted for an exchange, Holly Holm was more than willing to give her one.
Yeah, straight to the head. I mean, if you're gonna taunt, at least be able to defend a little bit and not just accept the knee to the head like she did. Stefan, that's your homework tonight. Check it out.
To watch it. You know what? I was actually gonna watch it because I saw that she had won, but then it wasn't in our notes that we were gonna talk about it. So I was like, oh, I don't need to watch it. Fuck it. And then of course you got to go and bring it up. So
Sorry.
you know, fuck both of you. How about that? Fuck you both.
All right.
At least when I want to talk about shit, I put it in the notes.
Not true. Ask the NHL last week. Not true.
Was this one of your top 5 left out moments?
This is my top 5 pissed off moments.
He had his number one already happened before the podcast, so I guess it doesn't really count. But apparently he's never sharing a video again because we got the old heave ho from downloading our own podcast from YouTube because of the NHL clip that destroyed our show last week.
Well, number 2 most pissed off moment must be when people call him Steven.
That is.
Apparently.
We probably could, out of this podcast alone, come up with top 5 pissed off moments.
Maybe you just need to work out a little bit. Get some of that aggression out.
I haven't worked out yet today. Well, technically, I was at the gym at like 1 a.m. So,
I worked out today. I'm getting ready for the combine.
I saw that. I'm gonna have to start training more for that because I haven't been.
40s. I'm focusing on one event. I figure if I do one event and win it, I feel confident in just having that. I want to go from 3rd to 1st in the 40-yard dash. So I have my times. I'm going to keep them to myself for right now. It was below where I thought it was going to be, so that's a good sign for me. Although I will say I thought it was going to be above 6 point something. I won't mention where, and it was below that. So it was no 4.23, but it was definitely a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Well, then you better be able to run a 4.22 because that's about where I'm at.
I can't wait to crush you guys in this. Crush you guys.
My training partner is the beer mile champion himself, Mr. Ben Friedman, our MMA expert.
He was there with you?
Yep, he was helping me. He gave me some pointers. We're gonna meet again in 2 weeks after I do some more training solo. We're gonna do some more time events because he's also got to recover from an injury that he sustained during the training today.
Jesus.
So
that's the guy you want to get trained from.
So I will say he did run an impressive 5.3 seconds with no training. So I'm just throwing it out there, Stefan. That's what you got to aim for. Because
I could beat 5.3.
Uh-huh.
Listen, here's the thing. All right. We don't know who is faster running-wise out of me and Ben, okay? He can drink faster. I will give him credit on that. He's got me beat there. He can drink more chugging beer in a row. Yeah, he can do that.
Wait, can you do that hand motion again?
Chugging beers in a row.
Is that what that is?
Double fisting beers in a row. But as far as, I think I could beat a 5.3. If I am not able to beat it right now, by the time it comes around, I will be able to beat it. That is now my goal, to beat 5.3. My other goal is to beat his estimated time of whatever he got. It was just under 10 minutes, right? 9.
It was
15.
just over 9.
9:15, I think, or something like that.
Under that. I'm gonna time it, and I'll post the official results.
All right.
We'll have an all-time list of beer mile for the WMKS show.
That's the other thing I got to do is I got to figure out what beer I'm going to drink, and I got to start practicing just chugging beer. And I also have to not.
This sounds like a great, routine to get into that 4.8 shape.
Dude, I'm probably already in the 4.8 shape. So, I mean, if anything, it'll slow me down to like 4.95.
Well, you got to get up to 4.22.
Corey is nowhere near a 4.22. Nowhere near it.
Know that?
He's not. Trust me.
Needless to say, I'm shooting yours in slow motion. Just so.
Are we doing them all separately? Is that what the plan is?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they do at the combine, so that makes sense.
And I think we'll do best of 3.
That's fair.
That's
Fair.
fine. Yeah.
All right. So, on to the main story.
Oh, there was more UFC fighting news?
No, even better. Corey and I have been holding back on this long-waited debate. At least I have. I've stopped us several times where Corey and I have been starting to talk, especially when Stefan wasn't around for his little sabbatical.
Oh, no. This is the part of the podcast I don't want to get into.
Yeah, this is where you were supposed to be like, oh, actually, I do have to do pool duty. See ya.
This is Mayweather versus McGregor, August 26th at the T-Mobile Arena. First time in a long time that Mayweather's fought outside of MGM. So, first question for you guys. Are you willing to throw down rumor has it that it's going to be $129.99 for the fight?
No, I won't be throwing down $130. I'll be throwing down $0. I'm going to enjoy the show for free
Where?
on the computer.
I might.
Legally or illegally?
It's worth about $0 to me. So,
Stefan, are you going to purchase this fight?
No. I
All
have never purchased a fight in my life, and I don't plan on starting for this one. I will either find someplace, maybe a one Jeremy, if he is probably going to get the fight, is my guess. I'll throw some money in for it, but I'm not going to buy the whole fight. Or I will go to, I'm sure Dave and Buster's or somebody is going to have the fight going, and I will go there and pay whatever cover fee they're charging, $5-10. But I will not be buying $129 to watch basically a fight that's not going to be any better than the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight. It's just going to be Mayweather dancing around, getting his shots in, and winning by decision.
I'm going to make a prediction that Mayweather doesn't dance around past round 5.
The fuck's he do past round 5?
Take it to Conor and get him out of there in 7.
No. That's just stupid.
We'll see.
All right. First of all, I'm not buying the fight unless I have people coming over to chip in, because in the lovely state of Washington and in the King County, the county that I live in, sales tax is 10%. So I'm looking at $150 for this pay-per-view if I want to buy it. So good old internets hopefully will have my back on that case. Otherwise, maybe Buffalo Wild Wings. I have free wing tickets. Maybe they have some options for me. You really want to get into this, Corey? Because he is not getting knocked out in 7. I say
5? It might go sooner.
Conor McGregor wins by knockout in the 3rd round. That is my prediction.
That's a terrible prediction.
You already fell for the hype. You're who they're looking for.
Nope. No. Here's the reason why. Because
Jesus.
Mayweather is a counter striker. This is the perfect matchup for one Mr. Conor McGregor, the notorious Conor McGregor. And dramatic pause.
Yeah.
I've got his back just because he's going to come at Floyd in the first 2 rounds easily. Floyd hasn't fought in 2 years?
Yeah.
It's called ring rust, my friend. No matter how great you are, you will struggle if you haven't faced an actual opponent. Now, people are throwing out this video of Conor sparring during training. Give me a break. It's just a training video. Anyone on any day, we had this situation with Cody Garbrandt supposedly knocking out TJ Dillashaw. Whoop-de-fucking-do. It's just training. It's not the actual fight. But when push comes to shove, Conor McGregor shows up. If you look at the first Nate Diaz fight, yeah, he lost. Okay, he also only trained for him for 2-3 weeks.
Wait, whoa. But push comes to shove, Floyd Mayweather doesn't show up? He's never lost.
Yeah, who's he fought recently?
I don't know, Manny Pacquiao, at that time the second best fighter in the world?
It's debatable because he was hurt too, wasn't he?
Supposedly.
Supposedly.
Both past their prime.
Okay, he beat Canelo when Canelo is widely considered the best fighter in the world right now, and he beat him easy.
This is my rant, okay? Chime in afterward.
Are you trying to say that McGregor's in his prime of boxing?
He's in his prime shape. He's 28 years old. Mayweather's what?
How many times has he fought a 12-round fight?
Mayweather's 40, by the way.
A 12-round fight is not the same as a 5-round fight in the UFC.
Right, it's harder.
No, it's easier. You're not grappling as much. You're not dealing.
All those times you're grappling, there's moments of rest. You get breaks.
Is it rest when you have a 170-pound body pressing you up against the fence? Or
You have to admit, sometimes they're just laying there resting.
I've seen a lot of just laying there.
Yeah. But you don't get that in boxing. There's no resting. You're moving around. Unless you want to stand there and be a target.
when we have money, we're gonna bring you to Demetrius Johnson's gym, and you and Stephen can
Stop talking about that little fucking midget. I'm done with his midget ass.
We're talking about a guy who lost to Nate Diaz at 170 on 3 weeks' notice. He says, no, I want to fight him there again. And he won with proper training. So it's very hard for me to not pick McGregor. Yes, I am the fanboy, whatever. Just throwing it out there. Conor wins by knockout, 3rd round. I mean, even if I didn't believe this, which I kind of don't believe it, but I'm just saying it because, you know, if I had, I'm seriously debating about throwing $20 just on McGregor just because of the odds itself, though. He's right now an underdog by plus 500. So
it's 12 to 1.
You've noticed that the odds have gone down
because everyone's betting on McGregor.
Right.
Because
I know. I saw an article on
got
that.
that punch power.
Everybody's putting a little bit of money on McGregor, but the big money bets are all going on Mayweather.
That's because that's punch power in a 10-ounce glove, so it's not going to equate in a boxing ring. But
it's not that much different. You're looking at a 6-ounce difference. It's not
6 ounces is a lot.
Now when it comes to throwing
You tell the guys that are fighting at lightweight with 10-ounce gloves and then the guys that are fighting at welterweight with 8-ounce gloves, there isn't a difference. There's a difference. That's only 2 ounces. We'll see, right? We'll see.
Yeah.
Here's what I think you guys should do. I think that both of you guys should put your money together, go to Vegas, and you guys should live stream this fight so that I can watch for free. And the rest of our viewers can watch for free. And I mean, tickets are only running for nosebleeds $2,100 for a ticket, and
$1,500
for some of the better seats, they're running like around $90,000. So mean, you guys get somewhere in between there, I'm sure.
Yeah. You know, all that ad money the NHL stole from us, cut into our budget. So
So maybe you guys, maybe there's like a bar you guys can go to like near there that'll play the fight for you.
yeah, fly to Vegas just to watch it at a bar. I don't know about Corey, but at least my flight would be cheaper. I'm pretty sure Corey's is going to run him a little more. It might be cheaper just to buy the pay-per-view.
Probably.
For me, I think it might be cheaper to fly to Vegas and watch it at a bar, but
All I know is that the way that Mayweather's last fight went with Pacquiao, this is just not going to, and any fight that I've ever seen really with Mayweather, they're just not really that exciting except to the people that are paying attention to the technicality of the fights. And they're just not exciting fights to me. I like watching the heavyweight fights where they're actually throwing punches and it's somebody's more likely getting knocked out. I don't see this fight being that kind of fight.
McGregor's sparring partner says they'll stop the fight.
Yeah, of course he's going to say that. Look, the sparring partner that I don't know what video you're talking about, but when he went to the Wild Card gym, Freddie Roach's gym, Freddie Roach is the best trainer in boxing, trains Manny Pacquiao and numerous other champions. He fought a guy by the name of Chris Van Heerden. Chris Van Heerden, to us boxing nerds, is a C-level fighter. C-level. Never fought for a championship, nothing. He's pounding on Conor McGregor in sparring. He's making him look awful. Awful.
No,
he can hit him at will.
Not making him look awful. He was just sparring. You could tell he was just feeling him out. You cannot tell me that's gonna be like, oh, all right. So from what I've heard, that video was released because McGregor's party let him release it. Maybe, do you think there might be a psychological advantage to McGregor trying to get into Mayweather's head, though, too?
No, I think Mayweather's going to train hard like he does for every fight. I don't think he's going to take it easy, even if he thinks it's easy.
Half of Conor McGregor's battles are psychological, and I think he's winning this one by releasing that video because he allowed them to release it for an hour and was like, no. You need to take that video down. That shouldn't be allowed. So the fact that he initially allowed it put something in my head. I feel it. I just feel it. I can feel it. Third round, knockout.
Mayweather's going to dance around and wait for Conor to get tired because Conor tires out. We saw that with Nate Diaz, and then he's going to take him out.
Okay, he tired because he was sick 4 months, a couple of weeks with staph infection.
Oh, man, you must be a Manny Pacquiao fan, too. Manny Pacquiao fighting with a torn shoulder. Everyone's sick. Everyone's injured when they fight Mayweather. What'll be the excuse? Oh, McGregor, he was an MMA fighter. He had no chance. That'll be the excuse.
I'm going to tell you what I'm looking forward to, okay?
The press conferences?
The press conferences. That's all. I would pay $129 to watch every single press conference over the fight.
Well, they're all going to be free.
I was going to say,
but I'm saying I would rather spend $129 on the press conferences than that.
By the way, a little side note: we've talked about Manny Pacquiao a little bit. He just signed a deal with ESPN. His fights will be on ESPN now for free for those of you who have cable, I guess. July 1st, he's fighting Jeff Horn, defending his belt. So that's kind of cool that he's going that route.
You also have to clarify which belt he's defending because I'm sure he's got 10 of them.
Well, the WBO welterweight belt.
Any other questions, Kevin?
Who throws the first Monster Energy can? Mayweather or McGregor?
Oh, McGregor. Easily. Probably going to throw two of them at the same time.
I actually think McGregor is going to be the outlandish one. I think Mayweather's going to stay pretty calm.
I feel like Mayweather's going to say his shit, but McGregor's going to be the first one to, like, get up and do some crazy shit. Like, because he always does shit like that.
Mayweather the last few years has toned it down. He's not the young Mayweather that did crazy shit.
if there's one thing for sure is that they're going to sell the shit out of this fight, and everybody's going to want to buy it, and that's exactly what they want. They want everybody to spend the money. They want to make money off this fight.
And that leads me to my next question for Corey. How much does this affect the Triple G fight in September?
It affects it in a big way, I think. I'm really bummed for boxing in that sense, because that's the fight the boxing fans should be paying attention to, not this exhibition fight. The Triple G, Canelo are the two best boxers in boxing right now. Number in most people's top 5 pound for pound, however you want to have them, 1, 2, 3, 4. So Floyd Mayweather hasn't fought in 2 years, so he's not even pound for pound anymore. And Conor McGregor has never even boxed before. So who cares about that fight when you have 2 top 5 pound for pound fighters fighting in a couple weeks? I'm probably going to charge $75, and no one's going to buy it because they just spent all their money on this crap fight
For $130.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, I have heard that the undercard for this fight is going to be pretty decent, at least. They're trying to get it stacked, at least.
They're stacking it with Mayweather's stable, but he does have some good fighters under his promotion.
Now here's a something to think about. Since both of these guys, I think you guys can agree with me, are pretty good businessmen. They make quite a bit of money for their fights. What's the possibility of Mayweather throwing the fight to get a rematch? Because obviously, if Mayweather wins the fight, you're not gonna get a rematch out of that.
He's not throwing this fight. He's
I
got a
don't-
record to protect.
That's what I think. I think his pride's too strong. I thought about that because there's more money in a trilogy. Because
Yeah.
if he throws the fight, he wins the rematch. Then you can have a third one.
Right. Exactly.
That would be amazing. But I don't think Mayweather's going to risk not getting that 50-0 because that means something to him. Because he'd be the only fighter to ever do that. Because he's tied right now at
Right.
49-0.
So not much was released about the deal either as of yet.
We don't even know the weight. That's another issue.
No, it's 152, I thought.
I thought that was the rumor, but
I thought that was the weight.
okay.
But I mean, everything's kind of. I know for a fact that it's on Showtime pay-per-view, so
Yeah,
we're gonna
they
have.
announced the broadcasters. Yeah.
They're gonna bring MMA person in. I'm not even gonna attempt to say his name. He's just I've heard of him. I've heard him talk, so I respect his MMA knowledge. So it's kind of interesting to get that take. I've also heard that they are looking at adding other people that may be on McGregor's side. So we'll see. It's not set in stone that that's going to be the final team. And then it's basically the Showtime boxing analysts. Go ahead.
I also heard we had talked about a while ago, Kevin, would McGregor ever fight again after this? And Dana White recently on ESPN said not only will he fight again, McGregor told him after this fight, book him for December to defend his belt. So I thought that was really interesting and gives the UFC fans a little hope that McGregor will be back.
All right, so here's my recent theory on how this deal went out, because this deal went way too smoothly for both sides. And I don't know why it went so smoothly with Mayweather. Maybe just because Mayweather wants to make another payday, easy payday, get that 50-0. That's how I'm seeing it. But I feel like the UFC kind of like stepped down from McGregor on this, let him have this fight, and probably put it in his deal with the UFC to make this fight happen that he has to at least have one more fight in the UFC. That is my theory on how this whole deal with McGregor boxing worked out.
Don't you agree that this is great business for the UFC? Because if nothing else, if McGregor loses, it doesn't really matter. You have all these boxing fans from Floyd Mayweather watching a UFC fighter that they probably would never otherwise watch. So you could draw some casual boxing fans over to their sport. So I kind of feel like it's a win-win for UFC.
And they don't have anything else to go for him. So, I mean, you have McGregor. Who name the second most wanted to see MMA fighter right now in the UFC? You're gonna probably say John Jones.
If he could ever
Probably.
get his shit together, yeah.
Yeah, him or St. Pierre if he got his shit together.
St. Pierre, he's old.
By the way, shout outs to Matt Hughes. Hopefully he has a good recovery.
And RIP to the other guy that died from a boxing knockout.
Yeah. Conor McGregor, rest in peace.
I heard a rumor that McGregor will probably not ever go back to UFC after this fight.
I feel like he loses something. I feel like he might give up pay-per-view money.
Maybe he doesn't care if he's getting as much money as he might end up getting.
Rumor between 75 and 100 million.
Yeah.
And that's not counting pay-per-view buys.
Plus, he's allowed to wear something other than Reebok. Reebok isn't in this deal. So if Nike's smart, $1 million, baby, here you go. At least 7 figures.
I heard Mayweather's getting 100. This is all rumor. Like you said, the deal hasn't been thrown out there. He's getting 100 million flat and then the larger percentage of the gate and the pay-per-view. Something like 60-40.
I think if McGregor does end up, your whole thing about him fighting one more fight in the UFC, maybe, but I don't see him fighting much more than that. I think he's always wanted to get in, get rich, and get out. So I don't see him hanging around for too long. Plus, after getting that kind of money, then going back to the UFC and only making like $3 million a fight.
Allegedly, he made $7 million in his last fight.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
No one knows what gets handed to him under the table.
Yeah.
But right now, he's their cash cow, and I'm sure the UFC has negotiated some kind of deal to prevent losing it.
So who's the real king of combat sports if it takes Floyd Mayweather to get Conor McGregor rich?
It's not
It's Floyd.
It's not.
Why not? Without Conor McGregor, Floyd made 300 million in another fight. When has Conor ever made that without Floyd?
Okay, but that's different. You can't compare MMA to boxing when it comes to that because the UFC has that stranglehold. They can be like, all right, you're just not fighting. What are you going to do? Go to Bellator? Bellator's got limited resources as well. So that's like comparing Michael Phelps swimming a backstroke versus the breaststroke. You can't compare the two races.
Why? You're saying there's not as much people watching UFC as boxing?
No, I'm saying it's a different business.
Or not as many people watching the backstroke as the breaststroke.
Yeah. I think right now, most of the people that are going to buy this pay-per-view aren't boxing fans. They're going to be MMA fans.
Yeah, because people want to see Floyd lose, and they're going to get disappointed for the 50th time in a row.
They're not going to be disappointed. It's going to be a show.
I feel like every time anything gets hyped up, it never reaches the expectations. These NBA finals, everybody hyped up these NBA finals. It was not that great of an NBA finals.
No, the best boxing match of the year already happened. I told you guys to watch it. Actually, Stefan, it's a heavyweight matchup. You should watch it. Anthony Joshua, Vladimir Klitschko. It already happened.
This past weekend?
Right. I think it was in early June, late May.
Oh. What was
Klitschko lost?
match?
Yeah, Klitschko lost. Anthony Joshua is the new superstar of boxing. He's going to be the new guy demanding $100 million a fight.
New guy. I still like my heavyweight guy.
Well, I think that's why you should watch it, because Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder will be fighting soon, I believe.
hopefully, when that fight happens, I will definitely watch it.
All right, so Corey and I will end up debating about this for the next month and a half until the actual fight. So,
And I'll just
No,
tune out every time this segment comes up.
I think we'll be quiet until August. I think it's fair to say that I don't really care about continuously defending McGregor. Although it's making Stefan's job easy to make a best of, huh?
I had that done a while ago.
Easy to put Connor in the pound for pound UFC list.
No. We already did that one. I already did that top 5.
So what top 5 you got coming?
He hasn't notified me, so I have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We'll do it as the very last segment. How about that?
All right. Well, we're quickly coming to close. MLB talk. Just a quick recap of our fantasy league. I creeped up 3 games on Corey, who is currently in first place with a 67, 37, and 6 record. I am now 65, 40, and 5, and no one cares about the bottom 2 teams because
Everybody cares about the bottom 2 teams.
we'll worry about them come playoff time. I gained some ground because Corey tied the Waters Meet Nimrods. Is that how I say that? Fact checker. Tied 5-5, and then I beat Stefan 8-2. So gained a little bit of ground. This week's gonna be interesting because
I'm playing Stefan.
Yeah, and I play the Waters Meet Nimrods. So we'll see what happens. I'm actually paying attention a little bit. I must say, first place has made the most moves in the league. Just saying. Stefan, what do you?
Oh, so you're saying I should make some moves?
Yeah, pay attention a little more.
We'll see. I
We
tried
will
that whole
see.
paying attention thing. It didn't work
The
out.
FIFA Confederations Cup's going on. I don't really care because, I do like soccer, but this cup means nothing. It's just basically Russia getting ready for the World Cup next year. We'll talk more about some CONCACAF or Gold Cup action in July, so we'll keep it short on the soccer action other than in MLS. Stefan, your Timbers are in third place right now.
That's right.
Behind on goal difference, by the way.
They just lost, though, their last game, I think.
Yeah,
To the
they
Rapids.
lost. Yes, 2-1.
Yep.
Galaxy drew 2-2, and the Sounders lost 2-1 in a downpour of a game at Yankee Stadium. That was an interesting game to watch. This weekend, actually on Wednesday first, all 3 of our teams play with Minnesota United at Portland, Seattle Sounders at Orlando City, and Colorado at LA. So sorry, Corey, your team's probably going to lose. And then this
Corey
week,
sounds really upset.
yeah, I know. On Saturday, LA plays Sporting KC, who is currently in first place in the Western Conference. And Stefan and I get to express our soccer rivalry a little bit. Again, round 3. Seattle currently 2-0 against Portland in all games this year, counting the U.S. Open Cup.
Nobody cares about that.
Yeah. Well, no one cares about Michael Phelps racing a shark yet. That's still happening.
Are you kidding me? What do you mean nobody cares about that?
Shark Week on Discovery Channel is having Michael Phelps race a shark Sunday, July 23rd, 8 p.m. Eastern. Who do you think is going to win, Shark or Michael Phelps?
Are they allowed in the same pool at the same time?
That's what a lot of people on Twitter were trying to figure out. They're trying to figure out how this race is going to go down.
And how is the shark going to go straight?
There's no specifics on how it's going to be done yet. So
Is it going to jump over? All right. Odds on Michael Phelps being bitten by a shark.
0.
You think he's going to be like fenced over? You're not.
I don't even think they're going to be in the same pool.
I don't either. I don't think they'll be in the same pool.
Maybe there's going to be.
Michael
Like
Phelps will be in a chlorinated pool. If you throw a shark in a chlorinated pool, it'll die. So they'll be in a different pool.
You don't know this.
I do know this. I work at pools, but that's
Okay,
neither here
but-
nor there.
How do you know Michael Phelps isn't going to swim in the ocean?
He won't.
I don't know how they're going to do it, but I am definitely going to watch. I can't wait.
It's like when Chad Johnson raced that horse.
I'm putting the Sharks' odds at winning at -2,000.
Minus 2,000. That's a good bet.
What kind of shark is it?
It's a great white.
Is it really?
Yeah. So
No, it can't. It can't be. How? No one's ever had a great white in captivity before.
it's a great white. I'm telling you right now, it's a great white.
I don't think he's gonna race it like
You
real. I
want,
think,
you want me to pull up the article? What do you think? It's going to be a mechanical great white? What the
no,
fuck
I
do you
think they
it's gonna
have
be?
like a great white that had a sensor on it, and they like
Computer simulation.
yeah, they computer simulated how fast it can go, and then they're just gonna see how fast Michael Phelps can swim.
Well, if that's the case, then this is pointless because I read an article that said Michael Phelps has been clocked
This
at,
is pointless. This
at
is super
6
great.
miles at
This
6
is
miles per
almost
hour,
as much fun.
where
as
a great white
the
shark
Michael
has been
Phelps.
clocked at 25 miles per hour. So this is not Michael Phelps' only chance is that this great white just decides not to go, or he just veers off and goes somewhere else. That's his only chance. And it's got to be a straight. They've got to be like next. They've got to be like in pools next to each other.
That's what I mean. It's got to be. How are they gonna get it to go straight?
I don't know.
This smells
The
fishy,
water.
pun intended.
I don't know about you guys, but I can't wait for it.
I
Excited.
can pass. I've never gotten excited about Shark Week, so I don't really care.
I love sharks.
I love Shark Week.
So it's 2 yes, 1 no. Once again, I'm the oddball. Whatever.
Of course you are.
I just want to see this great white in captivity. I got to see this.
Corey's excited.
Dude, you act like they can't catch a fucking great white.
Stefan, did you have anything else you wanted to mention about this story? This is your thing, so
Yeah, so here's the other thing is if you guys had a choice of going up against any animal in any sort of challenge, what animal would it be and what would the challenge be? Do you want to hear me first?
Yeah.
All right. I would go up in an arm wrestling match with a gorilla.
yeah, and then have your arm torn off. Okay.
Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe I'd win. I've been working out a lot lately. I'll even juice up for like a couple months beforehand.
Is it the gorillas that usually attack the male by grabbing their penis and ripping it off? Like,
No, I've never heard of
That's most apes. Yes,
You're-
that is their attack points.
good luck with that stuff. And can we film it? That'll make us a lot of money.
I will mushroom stamp that gorilla.
Okay. Corey,
Yes,
question. Yes.
Yes.
I would challenge a hippo to a pizza eating contest who can eat more pizzas in a minute.
Damn.
Hmm.
That'd be interesting. How many pizzas can you put down in a minute?
I don't know. I guess I should say slices because they probably got a good advantage. They could probably do 8 at a time.
That's what I was saying. Like that hippo could literally just eat like a stack of pizzas
Yeah.
in like one bite and probably not even be phased by it.
I don't know. I just want to challenge the hippo. He's got a big mouth. I'm going to shut him up for good.
Shut up for good.
Now I just want pizza.
Let's start betting pizza now instead of beers.
That can get expensive though.
Yeah.
So can beers.
Okay, Kevin, what's your challenge?
You're telling me a slice of pizza is more expensive than a beer?
Oh, we're doing slices. I thought we were talking.
We're just doing beers. Let's hear what you got.
I'm gonna go with Sloth on producing a better podcast than this because I'm pretty
Wow.
sure a sloth would not allow this topic to ever have happened.
What is wrong with this topic? What else do we got to talk about? There ain't shit to talk about between now and football season.
We didn't
least
even get
this
to the
is-
top 5.
No, we didn't even get to the top 5.
Because Stefan doesn't have one.
I do have one. It's ready to go.
All right.
Wait,
Kevin,
just waiting
could you
on-
beat Kevin?
on a
Can you
kid.
beat a tiger in a foot race?
No. Actually, I was cramping in the middle of this podcast. I don't know if you guys saw me in pain during the Mayweather.
No, I didn't.
Trying to not make it too obvious, but my left thigh is in a lot of pain right now. As much as Stefan's top 5 usually makes me.
This one's really gonna be good.
I'm excited. I'm ready.
This one might make the top 5 of the top 5s.
Uh-oh.
I can't wait till we get banned and copyright infringement for that song.
Nope. Can't. It's under 20 seconds.
So we got Stefan's totally biased, totally random, totally nobody knows what's going to happen. Top 5. You guys ready for this week's?
As much as I am.
As much as you are, you're not. What do you guys got any guesses?
Top 5 animals that Stefan would like to do something to.
I would like to do something. Is this like a sexual thing? Like, where are you going with that?
Stefan's top 5 greatest draft picks.
Stefan's top 5 greatest podcasts to celebrate the half-year anniversary.
No,
Okay, what are they?
it's going to be the top 5. I'm trying to think of how to even word it.
Oh my god.
Top 5 weirdest animals that you could have as a mascot for your team. Are you ready for this?
So fruit is excluded, correct?
Fruit is
Right, because it has to be an animal, right?
it's an animal. I said animals. Yeah.
Okay. Is TCU on there?
Otto is out. Oh, these aren't actual mascots.
Oh.
These are your top 5 weirdest animals that you could have.
Oh, okay.
So they're not.
Frog's pretty weird.
I mean, they might be. I mean, some team might have them. I don't.
All right, let's
think I know
go.
any. Are you ready? Holy
Yes.
hell, man! Why you gotta get all fucking crazy like that? All right.
So excited for this top 5.
Well, here you come. Number 5. We got the naked mole rat.
Isn't there a team with the naked?
The Nebraska State Naked Mole Rats. We all know them.
I mean, if that was ever a mascot for a team,
I would love to be in this suit.
So you just
Do I have to wear a
You
suit?
just want to be naked. That's all you want to be. But yeah, you got the old naked mole rat. That would be an interesting mascot. Number 5. Number 4 here coming in hot. I don't even know. I'm pretty sure this animal might even be extinct at this point. You guys might have to correct me on this. We got the one Mr. Build platypus.
Definitely alive.
Definitely still alive.
Yeah, definitely still alive.
I couldn't remember if they were extinct or not, but now I know. So we got the old platypus. It's just it's kind of a cool animal. I mean, it'd be a cool mascot. but weird nonetheless.
How do you pronounce that plurally?
The platypi, platypuses, platypuses.
They're not the platypussies?
platypuses.
Oh my god, there's actually a school with the platypus as their.
No way.
Probably in Australia.
Coming in at number 3 here. Hope you're ready for this one. This is a new animal. I've never even seen this animal before.
Oh, it's got to be new.
But it's probably just got discovered on like the Galapagos Islands or something. We've got the star-nosed mole.
Yeah, not new, but they're cool.
this thing is just weird. This thing is just, I don't even know how to explain that.
Looks like a
You know
mole
what
with a flower on his end.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of something out of like Pan's Labyrinth or something. You know that movie?
Yeah, or Pokemon.
Or it could be a Pokemon, yeah. But yeah, I don't think we have too many of those mascots running around. I don't know. Fact checker can check that out, I guess.
Is Kevin sleeping?
No, I'm more amazed at some of these school mascots. There is a school, Rhode Island School of Design, with the mascot of Scrody, the scrotum.
Oh my god.
All right, are we to number 2?
Here we are at number 2. Let's see if you can name this, Corey, because you seem like you're an animal kind of guy.
Okay.
Kevin will not be able to name it, I'm sure. You know what the name of this guy is?
No, that looks like some kind of fish, though.
Blue suckerfish.
It's nicknamed the Blue Dragon, but its actual name is Glaucus atlanticus.
Oh yeah, I would have known that.
So that's a strange looking creature. I don't know where you find those at, but I feel like some school should. That's kind of like an elegant looking mascot.
It's like a dragonfly with fancy wings.
I feel like you can make some good money off some T-shirts with this mascot on there or something.
Number 1.
Number 1.
Thanks, Corey, for making this go by quicker.
Number 1 coming in hot. I don't remember what he was called.
Oh no.
See if you know what this guy is called.
Okay. Oh, the boob-nosed monkey.
No, it's not the boob-nosed monkey.
The booger-nosed monkey.
Proboscis monkey? Proboscis monkey?
Pro-
Pro bono
I
monkey?
think you should be able to put it on your list if you can't name it.
The boner monkey? Here, I'll look it up. Jesus Christ.
Nose monkey.
This guy is just, like he kind of looks like a person. Just,
Proboscis.
Is that how it's said?
Kind of looks like Walter Matthau from Grumpy Old Men.
Yeah. I feel like there's also, isn't there like a Sesame Street character with like a huge nose? Bert or Ernie, one of those guys. Bert, I think.
Elmo.
Maybe. Elmo, maybe.
I don't know. I know Gonzo's got a big nose, but he's a Muppet.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, yeah.
Gonzo. Winner.
There you go. There you have it. The top 5 strangest mascots you could have. Animals.
Thank God.
Kevin was not a big fan of this top 5.
And in your top fives, this one is not even an honorable mention.
This one is clearly a top 5. Corey, what's your vote on it, Corey?
I don't think it's in your top 5.
Not in the top 5?
You've had better. Whoops.
Wish we had a better producer. But...
You can produce the next podcast if you want.
I'm
Shots fired. Shots fired.
I'm not even doing the recaps anymore. Damn
You're
it!
listening to the only
Look at this guy.
Done. I'm done. All right, we're done. It's over. Half a year. It's been great talking to you guys. We'll have another iteration, some other podcast without Stefan.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'm out. Let me know. And I'll just go somewhere else. Start my own podcast. We do know sports.
We do know some. Oh,
Fuck the guys that might know sports.
I think this has been our longest podcast.
This has.
That was a pretty long notes thing. We're still
Congratulations.
live though.
Yeah, we are still alive.
Still alive, still kicking. I'm starting to get really warm. So I'm going to end it. Thanks for tuning in. If you want to make a comment about Stefan's top 5, send us a text or call. I'd actually like some callers just so I can play some voicemails about how
Maybe
much.
send us some of your own animals, but please no D pics.
Yeah, please. Stefan may be single, but, you know,
Not ready to mingle.
I'm not mingling that way.
there are other websites for him to check out if he really wants to see that. So,
Yeah, I'm good with that.
So if you're watching this on Facebook, thank you. It looks like it actually streamed the entire podcast, so we did it.
Yay.
We'll keep changing it up a little bit, making it a little better. We might actually end up stopping YouTube and then just loading the video to YouTube later because, you know, we're not getting paid anymore. Our whole $1.25, which I still haven't gotten the check. Google, thanks for that. By the way, or excuse me, Alphabet Inc.
Why did we stop getting paid?
Because we don't have 1,000 views or 10,000 views, something like that.
Yeah, I think
So
we
either that or just start clicking and exiting. Tips, tricks. Any parting words, guys?
Kevin will do tricks if you text. Tricks for texts. That's Kevin's new segment.
That's his whole other podcast.
What's Corey's?
Corey has his movie review that he's still working on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to review Titanic. It's just taking me a while.
What about Wonder Woman?
Wonder Woman was awesome. I liked it.
2 thumbs or 1 thumb?
2 thumbs up. It's an island full of beautiful Amazonian women. Who wouldn't want to watch that?
Sounds
I
awful.
want to see it Wednesday, so no spoilers. Thanks.
All right.
Tune in next Monday. We record this live every Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. I don't know what's on deck for next week because it's getting pretty quiet over in the sports world.
That's why we're going to have more animal talk.
Oh, God.
More crazy shit.
And with that, we say adios.
Farewell and adieu.
Bon voyage.